Hello, boundary builders. Ever feel drained after talking to someone who sucks the joy out of the air? What if I told you toxic people don't have to ruin your day or your peace of mind? Today, we're revealing top 15 ways to handle toxic people in your life. From silent strategies to bold moves, these tips will help you reclaim your energy. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's turn people-pleasing into power-keeping. Oh, and don't miss number 9. It's tied to Nobel Prize-winning research on stress resilience. Let's dive in. 1. Set boundaries. Protect your energy. Let's start with the ultimate tool, boundaries. Toxic people thrive on blurred lines. A Psychology Today survey found 70% of high achievers credit boundaries for their success. Here's my ritual. I used to say, sure, I can help to every favor. Now I pause and ask, does this align with my values? One viewer raved, I stopped late-night calls and my confidence soared. Science snack. Boundaries reduce resentment and boost self-respect. Pro tip, use I statements. I need to focus today, I'll help tomorrow. 2. Don't take it personally. Detox your mind. Charismatic people know toxic behavior isn't about you, it's about them. A University of California study found those who reframed criticism as projection bounced back 50% faster. My wake-up call. I used to spiral over a friend's sarcastic comment. Now I think they're struggling instead of I'm failing. One viewer wrote, I stopped internalizing my boss's rants and got promoted. Science snack. Toxic people often act from insecurity, not malice. Pro tip, write down the comment, then reframe it. This is about their stress, not my worth. 3. Limit contact. Quality over quantity. Not all relationships deserve equal time. A Stanford report found cutting toxic interactions by 50% improved mental health by 60%. Here's my hack. I added a no venting rule with a draining friend. Now we talk about hobbies, not drama. Result? My energy doubled. One viewer raved, I blocked a relative on social and now I breathe easier. Science snack. Stress from toxic ties spikes cortisol by 30%. Pro tip, use auto replies. I'm focused today. I'll respond tomorrow. 4. Stay calm. Don't feed the fire. Toxic people love drama, but you don't have to play. A Harvard Business Review study found staying calm during conflicts reduced burnout by 40%. My ritual, when triggered, I do 4 to 7, 8 breathing. One viewer wrote, I used to yell back. Now I pause and they lose power. Science snack. Reacting fuels their control. Detachment breaks the cycle. Pro tip, repeat, I won't let their mood hijack mine. 5. Don't argue. Redirect the conversation. Toxic people want arguments. They gain control by stirring chaos. A Journal of Personality and Social Psychology experiment found redirecting conversations increased respect by 65%. Here's my hack. Instead of fighting, say, I see your point. Let's revisit this later. One viewer raved, I stopped arguing with my toxic coworker and now they ignore me. Science snack. The brain hates unresolved tension. Redirecting steals their power. Pro tip, use humor. Wow, that's a twist. I need time to process. 6. Use the gray rock method. Fade into the background. Gray rock is genius. Act emotionally uninteresting, like a gray rock. A therapist's guide to emotional detachment found this cut toxic manipulation by 80%. My ritual. During a passive-aggressive convo, I keep responses short and neutral. That's interesting. One viewer wrote, I became a gray rock and the gaslighter left me alone. Science snack. Toxic people crave reactions. Starve them of drama. Pro tip, avoid oversharing. Keep updates vague. I'm fine, thanks. 7. Don't try to change them. Let go of control. Raise your hand if you've tried fixing a toxic person. A Mayo Clinic review found 90% of attempts to change others backfire. Here's where it gets real. I used to plead with a manipulative friend until I realized I can't fix someone who won't fix themselves. Now, I focus on me. One viewer raved, I stopped trying to reason with my narcissistic sibling and found peace. Science snack. Control over others equals stress. Control over yourself equals freedom. Pro tip, ask, can I influence this? If no, release it. 8. Don't justify or over-explain. Keep it short. Ever defend your choices to a toxic person only to feel worse? A Forbes leadership coach warns, toxic people weaponize your explanations. My mistake, I'd over-explain why I couldn't attend their drama-fueled party. Now I say, I'm busy. Hope you enjoy. One viewer wrote, I stopped explaining and the guilt vanished. Science snack. Over-explaining signals insecurity. They'll push harder. Pro tip, use I statements. I've made my choice. 9. Cold exposure. The Nobel hack for resilience. Okay, this one sounds wild, but hear me out. Nobel Prize-winning research on cold adaptation found short bursts of cold, like a 30-second splash, boost brown fat, which sharpens focus and builds resilience. When I had a big confrontation, I did a cold plunge. Result? My mind stayed sharp and I didn't flinch. One viewer wrote, I power pose and cold dip before calls. I feel unstoppable. Science snack. Cold exposure activates norepinephrine, a hormone that reduces anxiety. Pro tip, start small. Splash wrists or take brisk walks. 10. Focus on solutions, not drama. Rise above. Toxic people love chaos, but you can rise above. A MIT study found focusing on solutions increased perceived leadership by 70%. My ritual. When a coworker complained, I said, what's one action step? They stopped whining. One viewer raved, I stopped gossiping and started brainstorming. I'm now a team favorite. Science snack. Problem solving rewires your brain to see opportunities, not obstacles. Pro tip, ask, how can we improve this instead of why did you do this? 11. Use humor. Lighten the mood without overdoing it. Ever notice how toxic people hate humor? A University of New Mexico study found well-timed jokes reduced conflict by 30%. Here's my hack. When a friend mocked my goals, I said, you're right, I'll never be as lazy as you. They shut up. One viewer wrote, I joked about my toxic uncle's quirks, and now he avoids me. Science snack. Laughter disarms tension. It's hard to stay angry while chuckling. Pro tip, keep it light, not mean. That's a spicy take. 12. Walk away gracefully. The art of the maybe. Sometimes the best move is to walk, but leave the door open. A negotiation journal experiment found graceful exits reduced resentment by 70%. Here's my story. I once walked out of a meeting that turned hostile. 2 weeks later, they called back with a better offer. We realized we couldn't lose you, they said. Science snack. Scarcity increases perceived value. Walking away signals you're in demand. Pro tip, don't burn bridges. Say, I'll keep you in mind for future roles. 13. Use I statements. Own your voice. Phrasing matters. A University of Chicago study found using I statements, e.g., I feel overwhelmed when you cancel plans last minute, increased respect by 35%. Here's how. Avoid blame. I need space versus you're smothering me. One viewer wrote, I said, I'm exhausted. I'll text you tomorrow. And the guilt trip stopped. Science snack. I language takes ownership and reduces defensiveness. Pro tip. Pair with body language. Open palms, steady eye contact. 14. Don't seek approval. You're already enough. Ever adjust your behavior to please a toxic person? Big mistake. A Harvard Business Review case study found people who stopped seeking approval gained 50% more respect. My ritual. I remind myself, I don't need their stamp. I've already got mine. One viewer raved, I stopped sharing ideas with my jealous friend, and now I'm thriving. Science snack. Seeking approval rewires your brain to fear rejection. Stop feeding it. Pro tip. Celebrate wins internally. I crushed this, with or without their praise. 15. Reflect weekly. Spot patterns and protect yourself. Last but not least, weekly reflection. A McKinsey report found leaders who reflect weekly are 3x more resilient. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Here's my ritual. Every Friday I ask, who drains me? Who lifts me up? One viewer wrote, I cut 3 energy vampires and now I sleep better. Science snack. Reflection triggers neuroplasticity. Your brain learns to avoid drama. Pro tip. Celebrate wins, no matter how small. Which tip hit home? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing your stories. Smash that subscribe button if you're ready to protect your peace and tap the bell so you never miss a tip. Until next time, remember, toxic people don't define you. Your response does.